Hello again. I'm Dexter Wallace, and as you would have seen in some of my videos by now, and you would have read my posts on Facebook and LinkedIn, you would probably know that I have written 6 books on managing life, managing change, managing 2020, and living and leading beyond it. And these 6 books which I have written are available on Amazon In and Amazon.com and all the Amazon stores in every major area of the world. I have been reading excerpts from some of my books, and today I'd like to read to you an excerpt from my book Connected to Soul, which is all about igniting the human spirit with purpose. So this is the 4th of the 6 books I've written, and this book explores the essence of life and the human spirit which is connected to the soul, that eternal part of us which ignites our purpose and passion. This creates meaning drawn from what we do and allows us to leave a legacy. This legacy rides forward on that fuel of purpose and passion long after we have stopped stoking the fire ourselves. Man is eternally in search of 2 major engines to drive life: the engines of purpose and provision. These create direction and meaning. The truth is that one does not often find both together. Yet, either one has the power to deeply engage the human spirit. Engaging energy or passion would depend on where the engagement lies. Together, these engines enable us engage the incredible and enormous power of an ignited life. The journey of this book winds across 3 parts. Each part has 4 ways of looking at the theme of that part. The chapters in each part describe the story of this book in their own unique ways, as if each chapter is written from a different view of life. In a way, as a reader, you get 12 different views of this book, almost just like life is most of the time. Together, they bring to you, the reader, the essence of the entire story of the book itself. So, shall we begin? Part 1 is all about the human spirit. Part 1 is about the human spirit. These 4 chapters take you through the 4 different lenses of how one can view the human spirit at work. Most of the time, this is in the fields of provision, plowing these fertile fields with the seeds of goals and challenges, farming the extra mile, and harvesting the future from the mission to perpetuate life, which are the 4 chapters in this part. It is a view to the human spirit manifest in everyday life as it is lived. As you read each of these chapters, you will find something different to reflect on about life, the human spirit, your human spirit, and how it is at work, not just through these lenses, but many more of your own. So chapter 1, let me read some part of chapter 1 to you. It's about firing up your goals. As Henry David Thoreau said, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving them. The engine of provision needs the fuel of goals to fire it up. Great energy is spent in pursuing and achieving our goals. Even if you have not articulated them clearly, they exist in some form or another and serve to draw your attention to them as vital markers in the passage of time. Almost any life pursuit needs the establishment of goals. Some are everyday goals or actions you must take before the end of the day. We also call them daily deadlines. Some are regular tasks you need to set upon your calendar of actions. Tasks may lead to actions, some in sequence, some in parallel, some by you, some shared with others. Responsible resources assigned to deliver reliable results. Then you have goals which are derivatives of bigger plans, broken up into chunks of things to be done by you and others, by you with others too. Sometimes we see just the goal chunk as the goal, lest we get overwhelmed by all the chunks flying past us. It helps focus on what matters for the moment and allows you to keep your energy in constant motion as you let the production belt of your life roll in the next goal chunk. At a micro level, goals and pursuits give great meaning and energy to life. It keeps you busy with life, busy with stitching one day to the next as you weave the fabric of your life, busy crossing milestones, creating track records of your performance, setting up the rhythm and regularity of life, busy enough to grow roots into the soil of life, yet at times too busy to notice that you have acquired the wrong plot of real estate in life, too busy creating towers to agree to pull them down or decide to relocate, because nothing seems too wrong to change. And having already tied Gordian-like knots to our practice lives, we can't undo them even if we try. Knots which cannot be unraveled or untied, but can only be severed by a sword, the sword of true purpose. You realize the truth in this when a suddenness of circumstances impact your life, uprooting all the efforts of provision, like losing a job, or the company closing business, or being asked to relocate out of the comfortable trappings of a secured life in location. More recently, the global pandemic has thrown every settled life, every established business, every promising strategy, every flourishing market, every kind of assured life crashing into total chaos. Not just in the present, but also for the foreseeable future. Every business blueprint is now in the red, smoldering in the fire of a micromanaged life of what perhaps can be called myopic provision. This, of course, was also known as focus. All is truly well with engaging this life engine of provision. It drives everyday life from day to day, like ants in a line, one following the other, ant after ant, just as long as the scent on the trail of diligent provision is not rubbed away by sudden circumstance, throwing the line into disarray and distress. Yet, human spirit is gifted with the enormous capacity of resilience to bounce back, to reclaim the regularity of life's rhythm. It fires up our goals to energize our everyday efforts, to restore and regain ground lost to distractions, diversions, and even disasters. Goals of every kind are tangible reins of reality you get to wield, to rein in runaway lives back to the racecourse. The human spirit is what writes human history. Well, chapter 2 is all about challenging yourself, and chapter 3 is about going the extra mile, and chapter 4 is mission perpetuate. What you like, you keep. What you love, you grow. What you admire, you model. What you practice, you perpetuate. That brings us to part 2, which is tethered to the earth. And this talks about 4 aspects, 4 chapters: the kite in the sky, the bottom of the pyramid, barricaded in the basement, and life in the labyrinth. So, part 2 of this book is about what grounds us to life. You may look at it either as being rooted to your reality or shackled with golden handcuffs to your story. These 4 chapters are a look throughout 4 different panes of a window into life as it plays out in the landscape of your reality. Tethered to the earth moves you to the experience of the kite in the sky and how your dreams need the sky to fly even when seeking to control them from the field of dreams on earth. The bottom of the pyramid then looks at where and how the majority of your life is likely to be lived and delivered while your dreams breathe the rare air at the pinnacle of the pyramid. Barricaded in the basement is an interesting look at where you store the dark parts of your life which hold you back from the light of purpose and freedom to live an enlarged life. Tethered to the past and preoccupation of protecting the present. As you read each chapter and look through each window pane, you will find something different to view. Each window pane gives you direct yet different sight of your life and what it means to you to be tethered to the earth. And so we come to part 3. Now, part 3 of this book also has 4 views or 4 chapters, and it's the story of soul. So, we have the story of soul with finding purpose with passion, riding the storm, calm inside chaos, and stirring the soul. Part 3 of this book is connected to the soul of this book. These pages are about uncovering the true purpose of your life, where purpose thrives when funded with passion, the eternal fire of the soul. The 4 chapters that take you on this journey of life are like 4 special arrows in the full quiver of life. The story of soul is particularly relevant in these times of our lives, when the life engine of provision, powering the extraordinariness of life, has been abruptly and without warning shut off mid-flight. Sounds familiar? As you find life spiraling down sharply to plow into the fields of success you had tethered life to, it becomes important to learn very quickly how to ride the storm of reconstruction. At the very heart of chaos lies perfect calm. That is where you need to reach and find how to build your very own bridge across the chasm of uncertainty and disruption. To learn that calm is when you accept the randomness and unpredictability of life as the new normal, find form in the formless nature of experiences of this dramatically changed world in a completely new universe. As the ship of life is buffeted by the storm and chaos, the soul is stirred to awaken and reimagine, reconstruct, reshape the direction and flow of life. With the navigational chart drawn from the true north of true purpose, that steadfast beacon of a life connected to soul. So, as we find purpose with passion, we move on to answering questions about what is really our true purpose and how can we figure that out. We can then ride the storm of reconstruction to find the perfect calm inside the chaos, and that will allow us to stir the soul. As we end, I talk about riding up the rainbow, and I finish off the book with a very interesting recipe for soul curry. I will leave that for you to read it, but riding up the rainbow is really what the book requires of you. Refraction, reflection, dispersion. to internalize, process, and share the elements and the wisdom of those elements in this book. The wisdom and insights you develop, all that has been said about connecting to soul while igniting the human spirit with purpose. The rainbow of this wisdom is multicolored, just like the rainbow in our skies. The rainbow forms exactly opposite the sun because it needs the sun to shine directly on the water droplets in the sky. The sun of the soul must shine on our sweat and tears to produce that beautiful arc of vibrant color we call the rainbow. Did you realize that the rainbow can be a full circle? And if you go high enough into the sky, you are likely to see the circle of the rainbow poised above the earth like a magnificent halo. Vibgyor are the 7 radiant colors that make a rainbow, and there is something for each of these alphabets: V, I, B, G, Y, O, R, the acronym of the soul. I hope you enjoy reading this book, and I hope that you make a lot of soul curry with the recipe that we have in store for you. May you always be blessed. May your soul connect to your passion, and provision continue to provide for your life. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you buy the book and enjoy reading it. Bye for now.